and afterwards we will be continuing going on with chapter or lesson 12, which will conclude part 1 in this book. That is no more stories, and we'll have to come up with stories ourselves. Let's see. Okay, study now. Stare. Well, stare is an eye that portends evil, and portend is a turtle. Eye that portends. Yeah. Sort of thing. Hot diggity dog diggity. The hot dog is Chihuahua called Darkness. No. That's Hello Darkness, Miles. Yeah. Hot diggity dog diggity is flesh of Chihuahua. Flesh of Chihuahua. Oh, oops. Chihuahua on fire. Yes. Grass. Well, grass is often lettered with the crocus flower, which blooms early spring. So flower early spring. Yes. Before is a cow. Yeah, cow. Before is uh preferring the guy before and the cow costume. So a cow with human legs and preferring the guy before. Yeah. Dilute. An acupuncture is piping using flowers to pipe water. That dilute. Yeah. So acupuncturist is yes. Neck. Well, imagine the horns of as the animal head on over the fireplace, horns and a big nose. Yes. Young, picking up flowers with the right hand. Esteem. Well, it's the piece over the glass canopy, a small mouthpiece of the glass canopy of the ancestor. Yes. Suffering. An old flower. Grave. In a graveyard, it's the soil of the graveyard. So a graveyard is flower, sun, and Saint Bernard for garden, and the soil is yes. Character. Well, it's the character of the kid in the house who is giving the characters of his name that it shapes its character. Yes. Imitation. Well, it's the plastic trees in the graveyards. So tree and a graveyard. Yep. Leaf. It's a flower. So a tree turning on a new generation. And flowers are the leaves of the trees. So flower generation. and 3. Yay. Wash is big pen, water going everywhere before they wash, before him to sanitize. Yeah. Yes. Carp. Carp is fish as courageous as a carp, as performant as a computer. Yes. Savings. Well, that is money nailed in a house. Wealth is money, one mouth feeding over entire rice field housed in one house. B is the computer. This guy. Hunt. Well, fending off your hunt from a pack of wild dogs. Fending is guarding. Sorry, guarding of fending. Guarding, yeah. Cow. This is 3 steamrolled cow. So this is the, yeah. Special. Special are cows in Buddhist temple. Tolerant is seeing through the hothouse. Hothouse is flower. Yep. Draw near. That's a strange house. A strange house. You draw near. You see a strange house and you draw near. Yes. Proclaim. Well, that's shouting from the rooftops that spans everywhere. Yep. Graveyard, the primitive. The primitive is the modern graveyard is flowers, sun shining, and Saint Bernard guarding. Good. Livelihood. Well, that's the work day in a graveyard, which is graveyard and day. Yes. Portent. It's picking up reading the turtle. Wee hours. Wee hours, that's a house with candles. Candles lit in a house. Working in both hours. Lighting candles at the both ends. Yep. Cat. Well, it's a pack of wild dogs using seedlings of cat to grow crops of cats to chase after. Yeah. Flower, the primitive, is just this. Rin is the price of a computer hurled over a cliff. Dog. Dog is a drop of Saint Bernard. Black ink. Well, that's black. Black string over the soil. The blackened string to mark the soil. Yeah. Yep. Yonder. Yonder is the spaceship of an extraterrestrial that is talking about his helmet and talking about the spaceship. Yep. Membrane. That's part of body that is affected when passing through a graveyard. Is the skin membrane. Yeah. Becomes goosebumps. Yeah. Banquet. Banquet is a whole day of work. A whole day of work in the house before a woman can relax. Yes. House, the primitive. Stubborn. Stubborn is beginning head. Beginning head. So the head is stuck on what we agreed on in the beginning. That's stubborn. Yes. Peach tree. Momotaro. Momotaro is the tree that portends. Momotaro. Peach boy. Yeah. Guard is glued to the house to guard. Yeah. Same. These are monks saying in one mouth, chanting in one mouth. Status quo, that's the turtle and the chihuahua that upset the status quo with their interspecies love. Yeah. Quantity, that's the measure of time and space. Time is with night break, and space it's not connected. Time is with night break, and space is with a computer. Yes. Read. Well, luring. It's where we lure. It's the piece of land with cattail flowers where we lure the pack of wild dogs and set the place on fire. Yes. Pop song. Well, that's clams, mouth, and clams. Yeah, popular. Yeah, clams speaking, mouth, whatever. Yeah. Bury. Bury is where we bury the computer. The land, the soil where we bury the computer. Yes. Trunk. Truncate the bodies. Yeah, so it's part of body made all the same. Truncated. Trunk. So that, yeah. Yep. Den. Den is where there is a spring, sacred spring, and the animals all worshipping it. Yeah. Seedling. Well, it's the seedling of thoughts in the brains that come up like flowers. Yeah. Revelation is the cow that speaks. Cow that talks. Yeah. Bullying is flowers can be poisonous and it's bullying. Vague. It's a graveyard with hazy water atmosphere, watery atmosphere. It's a graveyard. Silence, brand. Silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Darkness is the black chihuahua. Black chihuahua. Black still needs the fire, but the fire is all away. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect is a house that is complete from the beginning. That is perfect from the beginning. Relax. That's a house and a woman sludged over a chair relaxing. Black. That is a computer on fire, all charred and black. Hood. Hood is this is a primitive, right? Let me then edit this and say it's here primitive, so that I don't. Yeah. Early. Well, that's a sunflower. Early. Rising sun. Rising sun. That's the baseball bat and sun, not rise up. Yeah. Span. That's sun with ceiling and floor. That's span of the days. Concave. Nine. That's the baseball bat. Done. All right. And that's 100% retention rate. That is very pleasing. And let's do the kanji to keyword. Sorry, the kanji to keyword. Study now. And let's discard. Yeah. This is imitation. Plastic trees, yeah. Imitation. Yeah. Wash. Ring. Livelihood. Bury. Before. Dog. Wee hours. Stare. Trunk. Same. Hood, the primitive. Proclaim. That's flower primitive. That's perfect. That is silence. That is read. That is soil. Sorry, a grave. That is draw near. That is leaf. That is peach tree. That is suffering. Guard. House primitive. Yonder. Cow. Young. Quantity. Status quo. Tolerant. This is black ink. Black ink. Yeah. This is dilute. This is black. Relax. Banquet. Special. Part of, yeah, a membrane. Sort of thing. Character. That's esteem. Revelation. Bullying. Den. Cat. Vague. Savings. Carp. Wealth. It's a graveyard, primitive. That's hunt. That's grass. That's portent. That's seedling. That's gallbladder. Rising sun. Eye. Night break. Stomach. Brain on, yeah, flesh. Stomach. This is 4. Companion. Yeah. And done. Okay, so now starting with lesson 12. Lesson 12 is 265 till 294. Wait, we're done with 11, right? We're done with 11. Okay, wash. Yeah, wash was the last thing. Okay. And so 30 kanji. I think I can do them all tonight. Let's see, let's try. Okay. In this final lesson of part 1, we introduced the useful compound primitive for metals and the elements needed to form it. In addition to picking up a number of stray characters that have fallen by the wayside. Okay. So let's add and to the lazy kanji deck, add, choose, yeah. First part is an umbrella. Doesn't, yeah. Okay. So accessories, screenshot, selection, take a screenshot, copy it to clipboard, umbrella, primitive. Not kanji. Okay. That's easy. Yeah. Keep this aside. The actual kanji on which this primitive meaning umbrella is based will not show up until frame. Yeah, okay. That's a lot of umbrellas. Think of it as a large and brightly colored beach umbrella. If you compare this with frame 8, that's okay. You will notice how the two strokes touch here, while the kanji for 8 would leave a gaping leak on top. Okay. So umbrella is nothing but a, yeah. Add. Next. It's not a primitive, not a kanji, and jammed in. The idea of something being jammed into something else is depicted here by having a walking stick get jammed into an umbrella frame by someone shoving it into an already occupied slot in the umbrella stand at the door. Walking stick jammed into an umbrella frame by someone shoving it already into an already occupied slot in the umbrella stand at the door. First, notice the vertical strokes, okay? On the left is the curved umbrella handle. On the right, the straight walking stick. Now try to imagine the two parties tugging at their respective properties like two kids on a wishbone, creating a scene at the entrance of an elegant restaurant. Ah, so this is the umbrella, and this is the handle, and somebody comes and jams in a walking stick. Yeah. And they are creating a scene at the front of an elegant restaurant. Okay. So, okay, jammed in. All right. No problems. World. As world gets jammed with more and more people, there is less and less space. Imagine yourself taking an air flight over a world so densely populated that every bit of it is sectioned off like a gigantic checkerboard, yeah, the rice fields. If you look closely at the character, you should be able to see a kind of movement taking place as still more is being jammed into that already narrow space. Yeah, okay. So the world is checkerboard, and stuff, more people jammed into it. Yeah, so there's a movement this way. Jammed into it. Is this should be a primitive, isn't it? I don't know. And okay. That's T. As everyone knows, tea is made from tea leaves. But the tea plant itself has its own flowers, which can be quite beautiful and add a special flavor to the tea. As the Chinese found out already over 5,598 years ago. Well, okay. With the image of a terrace of flowering tea bushes in mind, picture a number brightly painted on a very long wooden on a wait. Picture a number of brightly painted and very long wooden poles. Okay. Wooden pole. Oh, that's the tree. Yeah, okay. Placed here, and there is in their midst. Why is it saying? Picture a number of brightly painted and very long wooden poles placed here and there in their midst. Here and there. Placed here and there in their midst. Uh, with a tiny umbrella at the top of a shade. With a tiny umbrella at the top to shade the delicate tasting tea flowers. Okay. Terrace of flowering tea bushes in mind. Number of brightly painted and very long wooden poles placed here and there in their midst. Okay. And with a tiny umbrella at the top to shade the very delicate tasting tea flowers. Okay, so tea flowers. So it's a terrace of flowering tea bushes, okay, and there's an umbrella and a wooden pole. Wooden poles, yeah, okay. Yeah, added. Spinal column. Spinal column. The spinal column has sprouted out of the flesh of your back into an umbrella that you always have with you, rain or shine. The pair of twos on each side are the ribs of the umbrella. Yeah. Take care to keep your image of the key word distinct that from the spine. Yeah. So a spinal column. Spinal column is spine that has sprouted from the back. I think it's this. Wait, which strokes are first? Yeah. Then the twos, and then part of body. So spinal column, we have a spine with ribs sprouted out of part of body to be an umbrella. Okay, add. Next we have this, of course, one copy. It's meeting Cancel. Take screenshot. Copy to clipboard. This is meeting. Primitive. This is primitive and not kanji. Add. So this compound primitive depicts a meeting as a massive gathering of people under one umbrella. The full kanji from which this derives will be introduced later in frame 814. The important thing here is to picture the scene just described and associate it with the word meeting. Under one umbrella. Okay. Large gathering of people under one umbrella. That's meeting. Okay. Fit. The kanji for fit reads literally, top to bottom, a meeting of mouths, which is a rather descriptive way of speaking of a romantic kiss. We all know what happens when there is no meeting of minds and when people's ideas don't fit with one another. But this kanji invites us to imagine what happens to the romance of certain unfortunate couple whose mouth... What? But this kanji invites us to imagine what happened to the romance of a certain unfortunate couple whose mouths didn't fit. Why is it in the negative? Meeting of mouth. Oh. They don't fit together. Okay. Mouths don't fit together means the ideas or their opinions don't fit together. Okay. Fit. It's hard to associate with the negative. Fit is the meeting of a couple that their mouths don't fit together. Fit. Okay. What the hell is a pagoda? Pagoda. Is that even English? What is a pagoda? No? What the hell is a pagoda? On the left we see a mound of dirt, and to the right flowers made to fit together. The two sides combine to create a great pagoda made of dirt with flowers by the tens of thousands fitted together for the roof. For the roofing of each of them. What the hell is the pagoda? Oh, this. Yeah. Pagoda is a tiered tower with multiple eaves, common to Nepal, China, and Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. This is called pagoda. Okay. Alrighty then. Pagoda is okay. On the left, we see a mound of dirt, and to the right, flowers made to fit together. Okay. Mound of dirt and flowers made to fit together. The two sides combine to create a great pagoda made of dirt with flowers by the tens of thousands fitted together for the roofing of each of the layers. Be sure to put yourself in the scene and fit a few of the flowers in place yourself so that the image works its way into memory with full force. Yeah. Imagine. So there's dirt. Yeah. Flowers fitted together. Fitted is fitted. Fitted is the past participle. Fit. Fitted. Okay. I thought fit. I thought fit. It was fit. Like sit. Wait, what? I mean, fitted is clearly a word, but it's a bit awkward. Fit. Yeah, okay. Verb used with object, fitted or fit. Where's the tenses? Where are the tenses? Yeah, it's fitted or fit. Fitted or fit. Okay. Sure. Okay, so mound of dirt and flowers fitted together to make pagoda. All right. This is mound of dirt and flowers fitted together to make a pagoda. Okay. Okay, king. See what you can do to come up with a pictograph of a king's scepter. Here that king's scepter here that suits your own idea of what it should look like. You might even begin with the basic element for I-beam and then try to fit a remaining third stroke in. As a primitive, this can mean either king or scepter, but it will usually be taken off to mean ball as an abbreviation of the character in the next frame. Okay, okay. Scepter. Scepter is like a staff, right? Yeah. An ornamental staff carried by rulers on ceremonial occasions as a symbol of sovereignty. Yeah. Scepter, R-E or E-R? I think, yeah, it's probably, yeah. King Scepter. Yeah. Good. So this is primitive. Add. King. Okay. Jewel is the drop from the king's scepter. Yeah. Note that the drop here in the King's Scepter, which is exactly what you would expect it to be, a precious jewel handed down from an old yeah, as a symbol of his wealth and power. As a primitive, we can use this to mean either jewel or ball when it appears anywhere other than on the left side of the kanji. It generally takes the same shape as here. On the left, it will be lacking the final stroke, meaning the same character previous frame. Okay. As a primitive, we can use this to mean either jewel or ball. When it appears anywhere other than on the left side of the kanji, it generally takes the same shape as here. On the left, it will be lacking the final stroke, making it the same as the character in the previous frame. Sure. So it's a drop of the King's Scepter is a jewel. Also a primitive add. Treasure is the house treasure. Every house has its treasure. As every thief knows only too well. While the things we treasure most are usually of sentimental value, we take the original sense of the term treasure here and make it refer to jewels kept in one's house. Yeah. So treasure is jewels kept in one's house. All right. A pearl. Vermilion. Yeah, this is jewel vermilion. Yeah. Take care to keep the meaning of this kanji distinct from that for jewel. Think of the most enormous pearl you have ever seen, a great vermilion colored ball sitting on your ring and making it extremely difficult to move without falling over from the weight of the thing. Okay? A pearl is an extremely enormous. I mean, why add the size of it in the vermilion colored? Vermilion colored ball, yeah. So here it says, take care to keep the meaning of this kanji distinct from that for jewel. Think of the most enormous pearl that you have ever seen. Great vermilion colored ball sitting on your ring and making it extremely difficult to move without falling over from the weight of the thing. Okay. Maybe, but okay. Ball. So just keep it in mind that it's a ball rather than. Come on. Where's this? Yeah. Where's that? Add pearl. Continue the lesson. Present. Present as in like present tense or present don't think of a gift here, but of the present moment. A distinct present. Yeah. Ball C. A distinct, as distinct from the future and the past. The kanji gives us a ball, which we will see in which we will see the present. Obviously, a crystal ball that enables us to see things going on the present in faraway places. Okay, so present is a ball, crystal ball. We see through it faraway places. Okay. Crystal ball. We see in faraway places. It's not like this. Cool. Are we 15 kanji in yet? $265. $276. So we're only 12. So this is the 12th. Yeah. Okay. Toy. Toy is ball beginning. Toy. If at some aboriginal level, Toys R Us, then the archetypical ball must have been there at the beginning. Before evolving into a beach ball, ping pong ball, rugby balls, and marbles. Okay, so a ball is ball from the beginning before evolving into other stuff. Oh, the meaning is toy, not ball. Yeah. Ah, ah. I was trying to relate it to ball, not toy. Okay, toy. Yeah. If if at an Aboriginal level, Toys R Us, then a ball must have been at the beginning before evolving into beach ball. Yeah. Sure, toy. Lunatic. A lunatic is literally one driven mad by the light of the moon. And the most famous of the loonies are the legendary lycanthropes or lycanthropes, yeah, or wolfmen. Sometimes the transformation is only a temporary phenomenon. Sometimes it is permanent. In the latter case, the poor chap takes off on all fours to live with the beasts. To remember this kanji, imagine one of these lycanthropes going loony and setting himself up as king of a pack of wild dogs that roams about and terrorizes innocent suburban communities. Okay, lunatic is lycanthrope. Lycanthrope or lycanthrope? Lycanthrope. Lycanthropy. Like lycanthropy. Like, oh, like lycanthrope. Okay, so a lunatic is a lycanthrope that has transformed and made himself the king of a pack of wild of dogs. And pack of wild dogs, and now they are terrorizing suburban communities. Sure. Lunatic. Day king is, come on, is effulgent. 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 What is effulgent? Effulgent. Shining brightly or radiant. Okay. Emanating joy or goodness. Effulgent. Okay. The radiant, effulgent splendor of the sun makes it king of all the planets and other stars. Just to be sure you don't take this too abstractly, picture the sun seated on a throne, flourishing its scepter this way and that. Okay, so the sun, so effulgent is the sun being the king of all planets and stars, sitting on a throne and waving its scepter. Effulgent. And emperor. An emperor, as we all know, is a ruler, something like a king but higher in status. The white bird perched above the king, elevating him to imperial heights. Is the messenger that sends back and forth to the gods to request advice and special favors. Something that white birds have long done in folklore throughout the world. So an emperor is a higher status king who has a white bird or a dove that is the messenger between him and the gods. Okay, and that's the emperor. Mouth. Display. The trick remembering this character lies in associating the keyword with the line from the nursery rhyme about 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. Wasn't this a dainty dish to sit before the king? If we think of display in terms of the famous line, and the king with his head thrown back and his mouth wide open as 4 and 20 black birds fly in one after the other, we shall have satisfied both the elements and their positions. No, wait. Display baked in a pie. Wasn't this a dainty dish to sit before a king? If we think of display in terms of that famous line, and the king with his head thrown back and his mouth wide open as 4 and 20 black birds fly in one after the other, we shall have satisfied both the elements and their positions. Okay. Wasn't this a dainty dish to sit before a king? Dainty is like a, yeah, delicate or small, pretty. Okay. So display is 4 and 20 blackbirds. Wasn't this a dainty dish to sit before a king? Mouth open, and the 4 and 20 birds flying into the mouth. Okay. Add. Think. Think we can maybe continue till. Yeah. No, that's too much. Okay. That's it. Let's now practice. So now we have 281 to 294. These are squarely 15 kanji, right? 14 kanji, yeah. I'll do them maybe early morning. Okay, so now let's reset this card. Yeah. So now let's study keyword kanji, rebuild. We have 18 flashcards. Okay. Study. Display. Wasn't this a dainty dish to sit before a king? The king open mouth. The display of a dish. The 4 and 20 blackbirds flying into the king's mouth. Meeting, primitive. Large number of people under one umbrella. Jammed in. That's an umbrella with a handle and a walking stick jammed into it. Umbrella, primitive. Oh, it's easy. Pearl. Pearl is a large ball of vermilion color. Pagoda. Pagoda is a mound of dirt and flowers that fitted together for each layer. Yeah. Fit. couple, a meeting of couples that their mouths don't fit together. Toy. Toys. If toy R Us was at an Aboriginal level, yeah, there would be a ball at the beginning. Ball at the beginning, yeah. Jewel is a drop of the king's scepter. There's a jewel. Spinal column. That's where the spine springs from the back of the flesh with ribs to make an umbrella. Spinal column. Emperor. It's a king that has a higher status, that has a white bird, a messenger to the gods. Present. Present is looking into the crystal ball to see what's happening in faraway places. Effulgent. Effulgent, radiant is the sun is the sun, king of all planets and stars. Tea is the tea flower and wooden poles with an umbrella to shade the flowers. World. That's a checkerboard rice field jammed in, people jammed in the world. Lunatic. Lunatic is where pack of wild dog, lycanthrope becomes the king of a pack of wild dogs and terrorizes the suburban communities. Treasure, that's jewels in the house. King, a king's scepter. Display, again, repeating. Display wasn't this a dainty dish to sit before a king? And the 420 blackbirds flying into the mouth of the king sit before. That's the display. Pearl, that's a ball that is vermilion in color. Beautiful pearl. Meeting of people under one umbrella. Jammed in, that's an umbrella, handle of an umbrella, and a walking stick jammed right into it. Jewel, that's a drop of the king's scepter. Spinal column, that's a spine springing out from the back of the flesh with its ribs to make an umbrella. Toy. Aboriginal Toys R Us must have had a ball from the beginning. Fit, that's the couple meeting of a couple that their mouths don't fit together. Pagoda, Pagoda is the mound of dirt and flowers that are fitted together for the roofing of every layer. Present is looking into a crystal ball to see the other places far away. Effulgent. The sun is the king of all, radiant as the sun. Yeah. Who is the king of all planets and stars. Emperor, but it's a king with a white bird as a messenger to the gods. World, that's checkered. The world checkered and people jammed into it. Treasure, that's a house with jewels. Tea, that's the tea flowers with a wooden pole holding an umbrella shading the flowers. Wooden pole. King, this is the king's scepter. Lunatic, that's a lycanthrope that has transformed and now has become the king of a wild pack of dogs terrorizing suburbs. Good. Next study now. Fit. T. C. Present. Jewel. World. Effulgent. Meeting. King. Pearl. Display. Toy.